Emma Lockwood had never been one for impulsive decisions, but tonight was different. The small, cozy coffee shop in downtown Boston had closed hours ago, yet she found herself sitting at a corner table, clutching her phone. A single text message had lured her here. "If you want to know the truth about James, meet me at Café Noir, midnight, come alone." James Porter, her boyfriend of 2 years, the man who had swept her off her feet and promised forever. The man who, in recent weeks, had become distant, guarded, and evasive. Emma had brushed it off as work stress, until she received the cryptic message from an unknown number. The cafe was dimly lit, the faint glow of a single bulb overhead casting shadows that danced on the walls. The only sound was the soft hum of the refrigerator behind the counter. Emma's heart thudded in her chest as the minutes ticked by. A door creaked and Emma jolted upright. A tall figure emerged from the shadows. It wasn't the hooded, menacing stranger she had imagined, but rather a woman, stylish with sharp features and piercing blue eyes. She looked like she belonged in a boardroom, not lurking in the shadows of a closed cafe.
"You must be Emma. Who are you?" "My name is Catherine. I'm James's wife."
Emma's world shattered in that instant. Wife? That couldn't be true. James was with her every night, texting her sweet nothings, planning their future. The shock left her momentarily speechless.
"No, that's impossible. James isn't married. He would have told me."
Catherine's lips curled into a sad smile.
"He told me the same thing when we met. You're not the first woman he's strung along, but you can be the last."
Before Emma could respond, Catherine slid a manila envelope across the table.
"Take a look."
With trembling hands, Emma opened the envelope. Inside were photos, James with Catherine at what appeared to be their wedding, candid shots of them in various cities, even vacation photos with the same dog James had once claimed was his sister's. The evidence was undeniable.
"Why are you showing me this?" "Because I need your help. James isn't just a cheat, he's dangerous. I was married to him for 3 years before I discovered his secrets. He's been scamming women, embezzling money from them, and leaving them ruined. I've been tracking him for months, but he's always one step ahead."
Emma's shock turned to fury. The man she thought she loved was nothing more than a con artist. But then a chilling thought crossed her mind.
"Why would he still be with me if he's already scammed so many others?"
Catherine leaned in, her blue eyes flashing with urgency.
"That's what I'm trying to figure out. I believe you have something he wants. Something he can't just steal and disappear with. You're different."
Emma's mind whirled. What could she possibly have that James wanted? Her job was ordinary, her family had no wealth, and she had no secrets worth exploiting. Then, it clicked. Her late grandmother's estate, land she had inherited just last month, land she had told James was worth nothing but sentimental value. But a few days ago, she had received an email from a lawyer claiming it was sitting on top of one of the largest untapped natural gas reserves in the state. Emma had dismissed it as a scam, but what if it wasn't? As the pieces fell into place, the door to the cafe burst open. In strode James, his handsome face twisted into a mask of fury. "Catherine, you shouldn't have come here. And Emma, you really should have stayed out of this." Before Emma could react, James pulled out a sleek silver gun and aimed it at Catherine. But Catherine was quicker than he anticipated. She lunged at him, knocking the gun to the floor, where it skidded towards Emma's feet.
"Emma, grab it."
Emma's hands shook as she picked up the gun. She'd never held a weapon before, but the weight of it in her hands felt strangely empowering. James's eyes narrowed, a look of icy calculation replacing his earlier fury. "You don't have it in you, Emma. Put the gun down and we'll talk. You know me, don't you? You know I'd never hurt you." For a moment, doubt clouded her mind. But then she saw Catherine's bruised wrist and remembered the lies, the secrets, and the betrayal.
"Not anymore, James."
And with that, she pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed through the cafe, the acrid smell of gunpowder hanging in the air. James collapsed to the ground, clutching his shoulder. He wasn't dead, but he was down. Catherine rushed to Emma's side, her eyes filled with gratitude.
"You saved us both. Now what?"
Catherine pulled out a set of handcuffs from her purse. "Now we let the FBI handle the rest. I've been working with them for months to bring James down. Thanks to you, we finally have enough evidence." As sirens blared in the distance, Emma realized she was free. Free from the lies, the manipulation, and the illusion of love. She turned to Catherine and smiled.
"I guess we make a pretty good team, huh?"
Catherine laughed.
"You have no idea."
As they stepped out into the crisp night air, Emma knew that this was only the beginning of a new chapter in her life. One where she would never doubt her instincts again. And who knew, perhaps, in this unexpected alliance, she might have found a friend she could truly trust.